So the morning show in Britain, posted their interview on Twitter. So somebody retweeted it and wrote, at Jonah Falcon, the torch has been passed.
Let me guess. Jonah retweeted it and said, he's only over 12 inches. I'm 13 and a half.
No, he just replied, oh, Lord. Which...
Well, maybe he's blindsided.
He doesn't know.
We could have called him earlier.
He doesn't know how to respond.
Possibly because he was blindsided. That's what I was worried about. Matt Barr.
Barr. This guy.
By the way, otherwise he's stupid looking. He is his dick.
I hope he doesn't listen to our show.
Like all huge penises. No, he's not stupid looking, but I mean, he's just a normal looking guy.
He is. He's got a little bit of a gut. So does Jonah, right? Isn't that?
Yeah, he said, it wouldn't be bad to have the looks of the host.
Well, maybe he doesn't want to be hot because people will use him.
I think he's
trying to downplay his penis.
He loves his big dick. Play a little bit of the interview.
I love the beginning just because I love the setup of it.
Here's a question for you. Something that many men wish for, but for Matt Barr being well endowed has affected his entire life.
Matt has Britain's biggest penis, measuring over 12 inches when erect, which is more than double the average size.
Oh, I'm glad they got her to say that.
Matt's large penis comes with some equally large challenges, and he joins us now to discuss some of those. Morning to you, Matt.
Good morning.
Thank you for coming in. Many people would observe this and the idea of being well endowed being a bit of a dream, but for you, it can be a nightmare. Is that right?
Yes, I think people have, it's a very insalubrious topic to bring up. So I think people have learnt a lot of myths from pornography and stuff where they don't realise the implications that it would have when you're actually living
Poor you.
on a day-to-day basis.
When did you first realise that perhaps you had a little bit more than some of your classmates or some of your teammates in a sports team or something like that?
I mean, predictably, it was in the showers at school. I think that's what everyone has the first...
you got a huge dog, man!
You didn't have
what
to
anyone else
swim
looks
nude.
like. So I sort of grew up as well before the internet as well, so there wasn't even any real expectation of that stuff. And then had a book that my parents gave me about sex education.
Look at the
sort of compared
buttons
myself.
of his shirt are coming
They
apart.
are struggling to hold on to each other.
Penis isn't the only thing that's too damn big.
Erect at that point. I was like, that is... How do you deal with that?
Yeah.
Yeah, as a teenager, it's tough.
Well, yeah, and at that age, all kids want to do is fit in.
Tell some stories about plowing some chicks.
Yeah, I think that's exactly what it is. People will make fun of you or, for being a freak, whatever the element is, even if it's something that's beneficial.
Hey, Matt, you got a huge dick. You're a freak.
Life in some ways. It is not what people want. They want to just be normal.
Now they're going to get
when you're not,
the visual aid.
Easy point.
Of course, when you're hard in the showers, that didn't help, Matt, right?
Easy to fit in.
Yeah, and you kind of want to dispel this myth, essentially, that bigger isn't always better.
No, it's definitely not. I mean, besides the...
but you can undispel it.
I think it does come...
What if he's, like, really thin?
No, he tells you, he's about to tell you how thick he is.
Oh, great.
Myths you get because the people who are bragging about it often are... A lot of times people brag about it overcompensating, for example, or they just
conversating.
Promote themselves
talks like that?
Doing adult
Who
work.
talks like that?
That is a selling point.
Guys with huge dicks.
Why do you talk like that?
In everyday life.
In everyday life, it's not.
Quite
And so for the normal person who has that, well, again...
Oh, wow, you okay?
Not normal this size, but...
So tough on him.
It wouldn't be beneficial.
Yes.
There is... I mean, so look, we've got this ruler with us just to try and illustrate.
knock it
So
off.
this essentially is how big
Just
your
bring
penis
it
is when it's
out.
erect.
Hey, his penis is a foot.
Obviously, the thickness is a lot bigger, but
Obviously, I'm much thicker than that.
To the girl.
Which is the real issue.
So the practicalities of something like that, as much as people might go, gosh, it would be amazing to be so well endowed, what is the reality of that for you, Matt?
Oh, it sucks.
I mean, the reality is you just have to consider it. It's obviously
What
not
if you ask the female host, so how deep is your vagina?
Right now, of course it's not. But it's just something that affects you in a
How
way
far
that...
did you spread your legs?
How many inches could you accommodate?
Think about this stuff when it comes to adult content.
Yeah.
Yes.
Or pub jokes, for example, lads cracking jokes.
Making jokes about my big cock.
What kind of porn would you like to do?
Bigger is better was the ethos.
Yeah.
And obviously, we've reached the point now where we're not so pharocentric as a culture. There's a lot about women's pleasure.
What if you had that huge penis and you couldn't blow a decent load?
Yeah, it's got a long way to travel.
What a cruel trick.
Then mention women. And how do girls react to it?
Oh, yeah.
When you're dating.
It's difficult because it's not something you can really spring on people with a surprise because it just tends to scare people away generally.
Yeah.
Unsurprisingly.
It's so big.
Bring it up early, but it's how do you...
What about gay dudes?
He has to bring it up on the first date.
Big topic to broach.
Yes, no pun intended, but it is difficult to be able to raise that without coming across creepy because it's like it's a physical...
Oh, pun intended.
He can't stop bringing it up. That's the problem.
Component,
Well, he is his
obviously,
penis, like Jonah.
ideally, if you're marrying someone or settling down, you do want to know, knowing that's off the table.
He's married to his dick.
You know,
So have you found that there are some advantages to it, and some women would be interested because they love the idea of
take it.
Yeah, hung
somebody who
jury.
is well
There's a
endowed.
group called the
They love
hung
the
jury.
idea more than the practicality. Because even, say, in porn, there's lots of filters being used, lots of, again, it's very small.
What are you, a porn
bodies,
expert?
Yeah.
Like camera angles and stuff, so... and
knows a lot about
exaggerations and
porn.
measurements in that. So when they face someone that's actually that size, it's not what they want, even people who are quite keen generally. But obviously, there are people who like it.
Have you ever heard of the hung jury?
Point of view, oh, I've done this, you know, blah, blah, blah.
Have you ever been approached by anybody in the adult movie industry to sort of employ it for those purposes?
Yes.
You ever put it in your butt like Jonah did?
Really interested in.
No.
You know, I think, again, it's a difficult job. It's
How's it look when it's glistening?
Wait, is he circumcised? Can you envelop a doorknob?
Quite upsetting as well. If,
Your
if
foreskin like
someone
Jonah.
kind of approaches you and goes, yeah.
Are you longer than your forearm and thicker than your wrist?
I'm trying to go, no.
Yeah, obviously, because
That chick totally wants to see it, doesn't she?
I think she wants it.
Her eyeballs keep going down.
It's challenging.
I think she's
Or
going to
if there's
measure
an
herself
ulterior
inside.
motive to it as well.
Yes,
Have you ever had that?
Yes, I have been approached by one girl I thought was a normal date, and then at the end of it, she's like, "Oh yes, when I film for my OnlyFans."
So she was using it
It's used,
essentially as a
but-
money-making exercise.
Exactly, I think that's the issue.
Yeah, people just love you for your cock. That's so terrible.
They're using him for his thick, meaty.
Like he never loved anyone for their nice ass.
So what did he say? I mean, he just...
You know, we see...
Yeah, we've been filming for the last 2 years.
Wait, so that person wants to be on OnlyFans with him, and he's just like, no thanks.
He was offended.
Well, the proper answer is...
Hang on, let me just ask my boner. Oh, yeah, he's playing with it.
Sorry. Took me a while to load it.
He is so bummed about his huge hog.
We've been watching this guy brag about his dick for 5 minutes
No,
now.
not
That's amazing.
brag, complain.
Yeah, he's whining about it.
But it's his way of bragging.
But you're right. There are subtle brags, like when he brought up the ruler and he's like, I'm way thicker than that.
Yeah. I hate when it drags on the floor when I walk.
And that's another thing is he didn't wear like tight pants where you could just see it. You know, I think that's what you expect. At least with Jonah's promo pictures. Remember with him in the.
Oh,
that's true.
Spandex.
Well, I got thrown out of yoga class, and I'm sure he probably was wearing something a lot tighter than he says.
Looked into this. It's very expensive surgery. It's about
That's what you're talking about.
roughly.
I'll pay for it.
It's not done very often. It's only done normally in the cases of tumours and things like that.
Sure.
So
Yeah,
in the
'cause
case
no
of
one
normal
wants a smaller dick.
function,
I'll pay
it's
for
not,
it.
common.
Right.
pay
And
for
in
his
terms of
dick.
I get to choose your new size, though.
clothes, underwear, just general day-to-day life,
Yeah.
how does it affect you?
I mean, you can dress around it. It just takes a lot of effort. Obviously,
Yeah.
you have to, you know, if you've seen
shut
Drag Race,
up.
there's a lot of tucking in that show.
Yes, yes.
It's a similar...
So you
thing,
employ
but it's
similar
at scale.
tactics?
Similar tactics at scale.
Just less false eyelashes.
Do you come in your own mouth?
Yeah.
Oh, Drew!
And you've also been thrown out of the odd yoga class because people have sort of mistook what they can see as you being a little bit aroused.
Yeah, I think that's sort of
I'm
one
glad
of the
you're so
issues.
proud of yourself.
Obviously, you know, again, that
He
was
just
where I-
asked
I
him, does
was
anybody
like,
look and point at your bulge?
But you make positions and...
Are your
people
testicles
sort of
normal
sort of
size?
The way sometimes goes, but again, you can dress normally in baggy clothing and it's not too difficult. There's custom underwear
see your
that exists as
penis.
well, so.
You've written a book about your experience. Tell us about the book.
Yes, so I was on a documentary a while ago, and people approached me and said, "Oh, this would be good. You've got."
Oh, you're so shy about it. You're doing a book on it?
And an amusing way of talking about this
it a
problem. which
picture
no one-
book?
Very few people really have. Do you want to write more about it from this perspective? That's a non-adult point of view. It's probably a bit neurotic journey through life with this gift or curse, depending on how you look at it.
No, a
Yes,
gift.
Does the book
hopefully, yeah.
have pictures?
Nobody thinks it's
And where can people, if people are interested in hearing about the book, where can they pre-order that?
My pre-orders are available, but the website, biggestpenisbook.com.
So that's your website.
My website for
Book.com.
sort of news.
Okay.
It's fascinating, Matt, because you can imagine that the majority of people watching would be going, what an absolute gift to be able to sort of stand there and have, you know, more than enough. Would you say having a smaller penis you would be happier than having the biggest penis in Britain?
Well, in terms of the things people think of as gifts, I'd much rather have, you know, wealth or the good looks of Mr. Ben Shepherd, for example. That'd be far more beneficial to me.
You should see him before
I think Matt
makeup.
Shepard wants to get on that.
Very
thing.
different
False eyelashes
story.
like Drag Race, like very heavy.
Let me see that.
Yeah,
penis.
that's-
Once you measure your
People are
butthole,
very
see how this would work
what
out.
benefits it gives you a lot. So.
And
How do you measure a butthole?
We can see that you're quite a shy person.
Just put
as
that
well.
ruler inside it.
It's so intimate.
No, the depth.
Must be difficult for you.
So
What about
hard.
the girth?
Solve some of the stigmas. I don't see why there's any
Yeah.
different talking about this than for talking about, you know, breasts or
Yeah.
talking about any other bodily part that needs to discuss. It's just a medical issue. It's not it's not sexualized. it's
Except
just
you never stop talking about it.
Yeah.
That's the only difference.
Well, thank you very much for joining us this morning.
And where can we see one of the thousands of pictures you've taken of it?
Actually, let me Google. Let me see if he actually has a photo online.
There's got to be a photo online.
Cool mushroom tip.
Matt Barr.
What a dumb interview.
Why don't you take your floppy penis and go home?
Get out of here, Mr. Floppy Dong. You and your... yeah, whatever.
Let's see.
Oh, is that him?
Is
My
this
massive
him?
cock. That's him.
Oh, Brandon.
That's him.
Brandon, go to his website. His website has more video and pictures.
Oh, my God.
I think, what is it? Largestpenisbook.com?
What, he actually got a banana, what's that
Hammock?
called?
Banana
hammock made for his giant cock. Look at that.
No, I think it's just the shirt sleeve of an old shirt.
Oh, that's really funny, Matt. You hate it so much. He's got it going down his leg. He's just laughing.
Look
He's
at
wearing
this.
the tightest pants ever made.
Half man, half horse. Get it?
Oh, yeah, you're just hating this.
Oh, my God. I think
Look at holy fuck.
Jeez, the girth.
That's bigger than Jonas, isn't
The
it?
girth definitely is.
Definitely bigger than Jonas.
There he's sucking his gut in, by the way.
Yeah.
Just saying.
I think he's coming his own mouth. I'm just saying. I really don't want to talk about it, but I'm just saying I think he has.
Penisbook.com? Biggestpenisbook.com? Is that it? Yes.
I don't want to talk about it.
Oh my God. It's got the documentary called My Massive Cock.
He just goes out to some public lake in that little banana hammock. Next, like, yeah, I'm really shy about it.
Yeah, you just have to wear a banana hammock.
Where did he get that silly piece of underwear?
It's an old shirt.
After spending the majority of his life ashamed of his size, Matt Barr came into the public eye with a 2022 appearance in the Channel 4 documentary, My Massive Cock.
Doctor.
Yeah, doctor, here's a picture of my penis. So what do we
Showing
do?
the doctor a picture. Why don't you just bring it out for him?
Just pull it out.
Yeah, show him how it works.
Wow, amazing. Matt Barr.